Good morning. Yeah. And welcome to the Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. We are back to multi-platform services. I am Linda Thornton, and I'm joined today by Service Associate Ilya Kowalczyk. And Carmen Sandem and Wendy Nelson are providing music. And our tech team, Bill Beachley, Boone Kowalczyk, and Eric Williams. Their behind-the-scenes support is what allows us all to be together. A note from our tech crew: please do not connect to Zoom on your devices if you are in the building, unless you are helping out with AV. Doing so may cause feedback and other technical issues. And of course, you are the ones that make this beloved community. As I say the welcome words today, I invite those of you on Zoom to shift into gallery mode, and if you haven't already done so, scroll through the screens so you can experience the beauty of this congregation. Those in person, look around and see who you can recognize behind their masks. You are all welcome here today. In all the beauty of languages, cultures, skin tones, shapes, sizes that come together in your uniqueness, you are welcome here. In all the ways you experience and express gender, you are welcome here. In the beauty that is who you love and how you love, you are welcome here. In all the ways that you make your living, the places you are from, you are welcome here. With all the traditions that inform your spiritual life, you are welcome here today. No matter how long you are away, nor how soon you will return, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears, you are welcome here. You are invited to join us with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands. We welcome you today. We acknowledge that the land surrounding us is the stolen territory of the Arapaho people, and that many tribes roamed freely on this land for millennia before the arrival of white settlers. We commit ourselves to being a center for spiritual exploration and justice making, and to anti-racism and to anti-oppression work within and beyond our congregation. If you're new here, we are glad you found us and hope that in this community, you can experience the warmth and love of this congregation. Each Sunday is different here, so please come back a few times to really get to know us. Really, today is a little different, so don't let this be your one and only. We have many opportunities during the week for social connection and spiritual growth. Those on Zoom can check out the links in the chat to help you get connected. Those in person can find our newcomer form on the QR code in the back of your hymnal, or stop by the welcome table in our foyer to get connected. Finally, if any new visitors on Zoom would like to introduce yourselves in the chat, please do so. We love to know who is among us. Are there any visitors in the sanctuary today who would like to introduce yourselves by telling us your name and where you're from? All on Zoom are invited to the virtual coffee hour after the service. Roomies are welcome to stay and chat, being mindful of physical distancing. Yep, we're back to that again. We aren't yet offering coffee hour due to COVID protocols. And as a reminder, any service participants who take their mask off tested negative for COVID this morning. That's me. We ask that you keep yours on while you're in the sanctuary this morning, even while singing. Oh, we have coffee hour! Surprise! Okay. It's hard to drink coffee through your mask, so you guys will figure it out. If you have a chalice at home, you can light it with me. As Ilya lights our fellowship chalice, so we know where all our chalices are, please write in the chat, chalice lit in, and the name of your town. Please say the words along with me as we light our chalice. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. And now I will blow our slide whistle, inviting it to draw you deeper into the present moment and this, our beloved community. Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte and Muppets and spirituality, what a perfect combination. You may not know this, but our beloved song, Turn the World Around, was introduced to many of us when Harry Belafonte was a celebrity guest on The Muppet Show. He had learned that song during his travels in Guinea. He says, I went deep into the interior of the country, and in a little village, I met with a storyteller. He told this story about the fire, the sun, the water, the earth. He pointed out the whole of these things put together turns the world around. That all of us are here for a very, very short time. In that time that we're here, there really isn't any difference between each of us. If we take time to understand each other, if we care about each other, together we can turn the world around. Let us sing.
We're going to sing Turn the World Around. I know, it's shocking. This is in the Teal hymnal, it's 1074. And there are lots and lots of repeats, and we're just going to go through it and repeat, follow all of the repeats. And if you get lost, just keep coming, just keep going. That's my suggestion. So if you guys want to rise in body or spirit, that would be lovely. And have fun. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living on the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come to the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. the mountain. Fire make the sunlight turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain. Spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit. Only can the Spirit turn the world around. Oh, so is life of an Irawa. So is life. Oh, so is life of an Irawa. So is life. Oh, so is life of an Irawa. So is life. Oh, so is life of an Irawa. So is life.
Good morning. My name is Ilya Kowalchuk, and I'm your service associate for today. As many of you know, I am a father of 2 teenagers, and there's one right back there, waving at me, hi. I love telling dad jokes. And sometimes he even laughs. In case you didn't get that one, here's another one. I've come up with an idea for a new restaurant called Peace and Quiet. And the hook is that kids' meals are each $150. So, in order to introduce the context of my reflection, I want to start by showing you a short and wonderful cat video. So I can assure you that no cats were harmed in the making of this video. Wikipedia explains that a spiritual practice moves a person along a path towards salvation, liberation, or union with one's God. Classic examples of that path can include prayer, meditation, fasting, service, yoga, the list goes on. So spirituality, in my mind, is a lot like this cat video. Stay with me. It often starts out serious, right? Even tense. Is that cat judging me? Is it going to hurt me? I'm nervous about what might happen here. I'm not quite sure. And we're often taught from a very young age that spirituality means reverence. It means quiet, peace, solemnity, all manner of behaving appropriately. You ever started laughing in church? It's like the worst thing ever. Then the cat tries to jump to the nearby ledge, and all hilarity ensues. So how is this hysterical twist spiritual? Well, let's consider. People from every culture in the world laugh. In fact, we start laughing as early as 3 to 6 months before we can move, before we can talk. But even more interesting, deaf and blind babies laugh at the same time. Laughter can increase your oxygen intake, which can in turn stimulate your heart, your lungs, and muscles. Laughing further releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals our bodies produce to make us feel happy and even relieve pain or stress. The act of increasing and then decreasing our heart rate and blood pressure through laughter is also ultimately calming and tension relieving. Laughter can boost our immune system response through the release of stress and illness-releasing neuropeptides. It's suggested that we laugh in order to demonstrate a desire to connect with people, that we're more likely to laugh in a group, and we can discern laughter between close friends and laughter between strangers, no matter the language or culture. So laughter signals cooperation, a key aspect of human survival, and it promotes a healthier body to boot. All of this sounds to me like the same sort of feeling I associate with salvation, with liberation, and connection. We even see this specifically in some religions. In Zen art, monks are often shown in various stages of hilarity, as if privy to some sort of cosmic joke. There's one sketch by a Zen master which shows a frog sitting with the sides of his mouth upturned as if in meditation. And underneath it, the calligraphy which accompanies it states that if in sitting in meditation one becomes a Buddha, then all frogs are Buddhas. Laughter was also an expression of enlightenment. Buddha's laughter is a state of release from inner tensions into inner harmony. The Buddha does not laugh at himself or others. He does not laugh because he has acquired something others don't have. The laughter is not cynical. It's not sarcastic, bitter, or defiant. It's the laughter of compassion, an amusement at the interplay of knowledge and ignorance that makes up the joys and sorrows of what we call life. Consider the times in your lives when you've laughed so hard that it hurt, that you could barely breathe, that maybe you fell off your chair. For me, those are core memories in my life, filled with deep and profound joy. That's what I want for my salvation, for my liberation and connection. What does a British owl say? Whoom. All right. Each week, we remind ourselves of the abundance of our lives and this community by giving half of our plate away to those organizations that share our values. Half of today's plate will go to pay for BVUUF membership dues to the Boulder County National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. We are members of the Religious Action Committee, whose mission is to speak and take action against racial, social, injustice and the misuse, of religion to justify the oppression of others. This is the second of 3 half-plates this month that will support the programs of the NAACP. For more information, please contact our representatives, Diane Ladd or Mary Gibb, or visit the NAACP Boulder County website, which is up on the screen and going into the Zoom chat now. You can text your donation at the number on the screen, or if you're at the fellowship today, please place a donation in the offering plate as it passes. Please give generously, as you so often do. And as our musical reflection begins, we invite you to think, talk to your neighbor, tell a joke, and answer the question, what makes you laugh out loud? Thank you.
For the work of this fellowship, bringing love, reason, compassion, and justice to the world, and for Boulder County National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, we dedicate our offerings. You've got to read some of these chat comments. Okay, this one says, I've always had a step ladder. I never knew my real ladder. And now I invite us into our time of community connection, our time of sacred sharing. If you're on Zoom and you'd like to share a joy or concern, please type into the chat window, sending it to everyone, and let us know briefly what is in your heart today. I will read out loud what you share, and Ilya will add a stone to our sacred waters on your behalf. If you are in the sanctuary today, you can come up front to the left, share your joy or concern using the microphone, and add a stone to our waters. Or you can add a stone in silence. Please keep your mask on as you share for everyone's safety. Wherever you are, please tell us your name and where you live when you share. And Ilya, if you could put one last stone in for all the joys and concerns that were not shared out loud today, but were still shared in our hearts. We are grateful to hold each other in these times. Let me tell you a story of one of my happiest memories. I was just coming to from having passed out. If you've never passed out, it's a lot like the power going out on your computer as you're typing away. Suddenly nothing. Then your brain starts up again, running diagnostics, bringing programs back online. It looks like a lot of gibberish running down the screen. My thought process went something like this. What is happening? I'm sitting in my living room. There are two people in here with me, my mother and my sister. They are laughing hysterically. Their eyes are squeezed shut. Their volume is set to 11. And yes, we were playing a ridiculous card game. I must have laughed so hard that I passed out for a second. No one even noticed. I found this fact to be hilarious and started to laugh again. The whole evening was wonderful, but that moment when I blinked awake and took in the scene of my loved ones clutching their bellies in laughter, it felt spiritual. Spiritual. Like I was a soul hovering over my own life. And life was good. Laughter as a spiritual practice is a bit of a hard sell. They seem like two things, good things, but unrelated things, like rain gutters and watermelons. For example, I grew up seeing paintings and sculptures depicting spiritual images like these. Jesus, prayer, preach, worship, God. These are beautiful images that have helped people reach a calm and contemplative state. But what if in the midst of this art, I was also exposed to images that depicted laughter and associated them with the same words? Jesus, prayer, preach, worship, God. Maybe I wouldn't have stopped going to church for so long. Is your story similar to mine? Now is our chance to find balance, a healthy balance, and let it into other parts of our lives, like churches, funerals, hospitals, long commutes, crappy days, and broken hearts. and pandemics. Because laughter releases endorphins, reduces stress, and brings oxygen to the body and brain. These are not places to banish all the gifts that laughter can bring you. Now you're saying to yourself, but Linda, how can I bring more laughter into my life? Do not fear, I've got you covered. I have 4 ideas to get you started. Number 1, have an alter ego name. When you're at a coffee shop and they ask for a name to write on your cup, you don't have to match it to your birth certificate. Use your favorite character or persona. Mine is a badass character from the movie Aliens. Venti cappuccino for Ripley. Maybe yours will be Spock, your table is ready. Number 2, get a laughing coach. Mine lives in my house. His name is Logan, and he's 8 years old, and he charges me nothing. He is quite skilled in the laughter arts. He does this move where he'll go into hysterics, dropping to the floor, rolling and kicking. His laugh is long and loud, much longer than I can manage. I'll have reached that post-laugh sigh, like, and he's still going. But I'm learning. It's a muscle, and it's easier the more you do it. If you don't happen to have a laughing coach living in your house, they are very easy to find. Just look down. A grandchild, a neighbor, there are even several down the hall. Sign up to volunteer at School of the Spirit and let your lesson begin. Number 3, be silly. Excuse me. Hilarious moments when you're cracking up and passing out are pretty rare. But silly is the low-hanging fruit, ready to slip into any moment. Catch popcorn in your mouth. Record a slow motion video of your cat when they have the zoomies. If you've gotten separated from someone in a store, yell, Marco. Thank you for that. Yeah, you got me. And number 4, laugh with others. Have you noticed that it's easier to laugh out loud when you're around other people who are laughing? Watch a sitcom with a partner, or see a comedian in a packed club. Laughter is already beautiful, but laughing with other people, that is divine. Okay, let's try it. Right now, you don't even have to stand up. This will be like sit and be fit. Okay. Now everyone start to stretch. Get your shoulders going, your neck, loosen up the jaw. I like your commitment over there. Look around and make sure the people around you or on Zoom with you are doing it too. Point them out if they're not. Okay, we'll start easy. Let me hear an exhale. Like you, not like that. Like you're amused and astonished. Like you just found out Wolverine is an actual type of animal, and it looks like a badger who bench presses. Let's hear it again, like a Now a snicker. Throw a head shake in there. Like you're speed walking to do important stuff and your pocket gets caught on the door lever. And you have to backtrack, but still look cool. Yeah. Keep it up, good, good. Now that you're warmed up, let's take it up a notch. A chuckle. It's a little louder. There's more airflow. Like if your friend and you are at the restaurant and your friend's eating saltines and then they start to cough, and they turn into this confetti shooter of wet crumbs. We're doing it. We're laughing. Look behind you to make sure that they're laughing too. So, I tricked you. See, if we all look behind, you're just looking at each other's backs of the heads. Now for the rapid fire round. Get ready. Cackle, snort, belly laugh, hee-haw, howl. Yes, you did it. Now bring it back down, a few sighs. Make sure your neighbor has not passed out. And exhale. Did you feel that? Did it feel like connection? Did it feel like harmony? Did it feel like spirituality? Let laughter and spirituality coexist, and you just might see the face of God in your guffaws.
We are going to sing together again. This is in the gray hymnal. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, number 29. And if you would like to rise in body or spirit, we're going to do all three verses. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. Hearts unfold like flowers before thee, hail thee as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the pain of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the joy of day. All thy works with joy surround the earth, and have reflect thy rays. Stars and planets sing around thee, center of unbroken praise. Field and forest, vale and mountain, blossoming meadow, flashing sea, chanting bird and flowing fountain, call us to rejoice in thee. Thou art giving and forgiving, ever blessing, ever blessed, wellspring of the joy of living, ocean never happy rest. Ever singing, march we onward, victors in the midst of strife. Joyful music lifts us onward in the triumph song of
All right. There's only one announcement for today before we finish up our service. Just want to remind everybody that our dedication ceremony is going to be October 22nd and 23rd. And right outside of the sanctuary, there's a table where you can get more information and hopefully sign up to offer your talents and time in order to make the ceremony even more successful. So please check that out on your way out of the sanctuary and give or volunteer as you are able. Thank you. At this point, we will extinguish the chalice, and the words will be posted on the screen. If we could share them, say them together. We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. Just wait, we're not done. Oh, so the cap is actually to the left of the chalice on the quilt. That's okay. All right, so to finish off our service, Linda and I wanted to share one last thing with you. So in 2011, a man named Marcus was staying at home with his young son, Micah. And Marcus was going through the excruciating process of trying to find a job. And he got in that place of wanting to find a job, but it just wasn't working. And after several months and many, many rejection letters, after solicitations, Marcus received one more rejection letter. And he was really frustrated and started to tear the letter apart. And unexpectedly, this happened. As you're watching along with this, feel free to join in and try to remember that part in Linda's sermon where she said that Logan goes on for longer than she is necessarily ready for. So please enjoy Marcus and Micah.
Go forth with laughter, found in unexpected places.
Namaste.